Hey guys, I wanted to talk to you today a little bit about pecans. Well, not really pecans so much as pecan trees. When I was growing up, we had two massive pecan trees in our backyard. Those were planted by my great grandfather. And pecan trees don't put out any pecans at all for about, depending on what type of pecan trees you plant. These particular ones, they didn't put out any fruit for about 15, 20 years before they ever put anything out. So that had to take a lot of forethought. These pecan trees used to produce every other year. And so during the good years, you couldn't walk through the backyard without stepping on 4 or 5 pecans. They were crunching under your feet. They were dropping. They were hitting you on the head. They were everywhere. Crazy amount of abundance. So we used to be back there picking up pecans. Back then, there were no plastic grocery bags. It was all paper. And we'd be filling all these grocery bags full of pecans, bringing them in the house, shelling them for hours. We used to share with other people. That would be, we didn't have very much growing up. We didn't have money to be buying a bunch of Christmas gifts or anything. We would share these pecans with friends and family, even with the mailman, with the garbage people. They'd wait because the shelled pecans are expensive. And so we'd give them big Ziploc bags, gallon Ziploc bags full of shelled pecans. Because all it took from us was the effort to do it, and we were sharing that abundance with them, and they were incredibly grateful. Now, the next year would be a lean year. And it always amazed me as a kid how it flowed like that. Good year, off year, good year, off year. During that year, it became really hard to find pecans. You'd find one here, one there. There weren't very many at all. You couldn't really get a whole lot out of it. So during the good years, you would actually take the pecans and you would shell them, freeze them. So next year you'd have enough to do your pecan pies and nut breads and all that. During the lean years, I'd always want to go and pick up pecans and try to find what I could and bring them in the house, but my daddy wouldn't let me. And I never understood why until he finally explained to me that it was basically being merciful for the squirrels that lived out there, that there wasn't very much to eat at all out there, and we shouldn't be out there trying to pick up what little bit there was. So basically it was just extending grace to them that, in those lean years, we didn't have to have it. They had to have it to live. And so leave what was there for them, and we'd get it next year. So the lessons I have learned from those two massive, what has to be close to 100-year-old pecan trees, were number one, legacy. My great grandfather planted those trees. All likelihood never saw them produce anything. He died before they produced anything. Number two was storing up in abundance and blessing others with abundance. When there's a lot, live with an open hand and sharing with other people and being grateful for what you have to the point to where it overflows from you and goes to other people. And last but not least, mercy and grace whenever you can. Even though you can take something or you can do something, doesn't mean you should. And so, like with the lesson my dad taught me with the squirrels, that basically just because it's there doesn't mean we need to go get it and to leave it for them because that's their only means of survival. So those are the lessons taught to me by the pecan trees in the backyard. I hope y'all learned something, and this holiday season, try to live with legacy, live in abundance, and live in grace and mercy. Have a great day.